In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I manage business, fitness, faith, hobbies, all whilst going to school. Because a lot of people I notice, especially who are young, who are either going to school, university, or even have a job, are struggling to find time for self-improvement, struggling to find time to start a business, to have some leisure, to read a book or do something that they enjoy doing, just because they feel like they're overwhelmed by this big chunk of time that is being stripped away from their days. Because you will, if you're watching this video, there's no way you're absolutely doing nothing throughout the day. Unless you're watching this throughout the holidays, you're always either going to school, you're going to university, you either work a job, or yeah, you're doing something which takes up a lot of time for you during the day. So I want to tell you exactly how I structure my day, so I do not only go to school like I should, but I also find time to run an online business. I find time to be on self-improvement, to learn new things, to read new books, and also find time to, I don't know, do some cool hobbies, learn new things, just do some of the things that I actually enjoy doing. And that's what we want in our life. We want to have this certain type of a balance. And by balance, I don't mean that you work but then you do nothing and you do bullshit. No, I mean that by balance, you can have loads of things that are driving you forward, and you keep doing them. You balance them out. You find a way to fit them inside your life. So basically, the key to even getting started in the first place is figuring out exactly what are your goals. Because a lot of the people, they usually just feel like they want to be doing more of something, but they don't really even know what they want in the first place. They say, I want to start reading more, I want to start working out more, or I want to get into better shape. But when you think that way, it's like there's nothing specific, there's nothing to look forward to. It's simply like a vague goal. It's like looking forward to going to work. It's like you usually don't think about the process. You're gonna be thinking about the outcome. You're not thinking, okay, I want to keep going to my job. No, you're thinking, I'm going to my job for a month, then I'm gonna get paid. That's the same way, right? You need to know exactly what are you working for, because that's the thing that's gonna be your driving factor, your motivator, and the reason you stay consistent and you don't actually quit and give up. So you first got to figure out that. What I recommend you do is simply take ChatGPT, and then you say like what areas you want to improve in, and then ask for it to help you come up with a good specific goal. And once you have those specific goals in mind, you move on to the next part. And the next part is simply realizing how much time have you got throughout the day, right? We need to first know how much time we got at our disposal to play around with. We need to figure out exactly how much school, job, university, whatever is taking up for us throughout the day. If it's taking up, let's say, 8 hours on some days, 6 hours on the other, we need to know exactly how much it does. Then you deduct that, you deduct the amount of hours you sleep, and then you've got a, a vast amount of time left for simply doing what you want. And by what you want, I mean business, faith, self-improvement, all that good stuff. Now, you've got all the specific goals, you got the amount of hours that you got throughout the day. Now you need to figure out exactly what are the specifics of what you should be doing. And how I did that is also by simply talking to AI. I I just spent like an hour talking, and I spewed all of my thoughts inside into it. I gave it some prompts. I asked questions. I asked to drive deeper. And then what I do every day, I can even show you, is I simply do a voice message, and then it I ask for it to come up for me for like a schedule, like hour by hour, and then I'm gonna be simply following that schedule. I'm gonna be like from the moment that I wake up, I'm simply just gonna be following it. I don't need to think about anything. But now I know you probably don't want to follow like a very, very strict schedule, because that perhaps might be a bit difficult at first. But I mean, if it's not, okay, go ahead. But another method, which is also very good, is simply planning out your morning. So if you wake up early in the morning, plan out your morning, what you're going to be doing in the morning. And if you have like a longer time in the morning, you don't have to, for example, let's say leave very early to a job or something. I mean, even if you do and you wake up, I don't know, like 5 a.m., you have time, right? So you plan out the entire morning, all the working blocks, what needs to get done, and then as for later, for afternoon, evening, simply have a checklist, have like three things that you need to get done, that you want to get done, and then you have a bit more flexibility and room to move around with, and then you don't really feel like you're too constrained. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you. Basically, a method of simply realizing what your goals are, using AI to kind of structure all of your thoughts, and just simply realizing that it's not that hard to manage time. Like you have way more time than you really think. You feel like, yeah, I've been all day something. I've been doing something all day. Like I went to school, I had to do this, I had to go to the shop, I had to go to the gym. Like I didn't have any time for myself. But when you actually start to keep track of what you're doing throughout the day, you're following a schedule and you're actually sticking through with it, you can see that you can get a lot of things done. Because usually our time is getting wasted in perhaps watching YouTube, watching Netflix, scrolling. Whilst we're eating, we're also scrolling. Whilst we're sitting in the toilet, you perhaps like spend half an hour a day. Who knows? When you don't really keep track of that time, it just disappears. So be very thoughtful of the time that you spend, make it count, know what you're spending it towards, know what's going to be your driving factor, know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You need to know exactly what you're working for, because if you're simply doing the process just because you have it on your schedule and you don't know what you're working for, well, you're going to fall off pretty quickly. So I hope this helps. I thank you for watching, and most importantly, God bless you.